Now we can do another LSAT logic game. We're still using the June 2007 LSAT that's available for free as a PDF file if you download it from lsac.org. We're doing the fourth game in the first section, which is questions 18 through 23, and today is recycling day. There are exactly 3 recycling centers in Rivertown, 1, 2, and 3. Exactly 5 kinds of materials are recycled at these recycling centers: glass, newsprint, plastic, tin, and wood. Does your town recycle wood? I live in Berkeley, California. We recycle a lot of things, but we don't recycle wood. But the Law School Admission Council is way ahead of the times. Each recycling center recycles at least 2, but no more than 3 of the materials. The following conditions must hold. Any recycling center that recycles wood also recycles newsprint. Well, where does newsprint come from? So wood needs newsprint. Newsprint doesn't necessarily need wood. That would be the reciprocity trap. Every kind of material that Center 2 recycles is also recycled at Center 1. So this is a very general rule about 2 has to have 1. But since each of them have to have at least 2 types of materials, we have to have at least 2 of those in common between 1 and 2. Only one of the recycling centers recycles plastic, and that recycling center does not recycle glass. So there's only one plastic, and it doesn't go with glass. And now, because we're in the world of could be, must be, the next thing we do is check to see if we have any floaters or free agents, and we look at tin. And we realize that tin has no conditions on it. You can recycle it any place as often as you'd like. Now we use the first question to teach us about the game. We're going to eliminate answers by checking them against the conditions. We know that there's only one plastic, and it can't go with glass. Let's look at answer A. We have Center 1 with plastic and no glass. Answer B has plastic and 3 with no glass. In C, we have Center 3 with plastic and no glass. But now look what happens to answer D. Center 1 has glass, plastic, and tin. Plastic and glass don't go together. We cross out D. But be careful. Look at answer E. Center 1 has plastic. Center 2 has plastic. You can't have more than one plastic. So E violates the same condition for a different reason. So we have to be careful. Once we pick a condition, we go through all of the remaining possibilities to check that condition, because we might have a situation like this where we have 2 different answers violated for slightly different reasons for the same condition. And if we didn't check them all, we'd end up with 2 seemingly right answers, and then we'd have to go through all the conditions again, and that would be a big waste of time. Any recycling center that recycles wood also recycles newsprint. And now we're down to A, B, and C. Well, A has Center 1 with wood and newsprint, Center 2 with wood and newsprint, but Center 3 with wood, glass, and tin, no newsprint. So A is gone. B has wood and newsprint in Center 3, and C has wood and newsprint in Center 1. So now we go to that vaguer rule that says everything in 2 has to be in 1, and we're down to B and C. B says Center 2 has glass, newsprint, and tin, and Center 1 has glass, newsprint, and tin, so that's okay. But answer C, Center 2 has glass, newsprint, and tin, but Center 1 has glass, newsprint, and wood. Those aren't the same. So our answer is B. we have center 1 with glass, newsprint, and tin. Center 2 with glass, newsprint, and tin. And then center 3, we have newsprint, plastic, and wood. So our wood has our newspaper. We've got one plastic. It doesn't like glass. And all these three things are all the same. Now we take advantage of what we've learned on question 19. Which one of the following is a complete and accurate list of the recycling centers in Rivertown, any one of which could recycle plastic? And we remember there's only one plastic. And then we realize that complete and accurate list questions typically have longer lists built out of shorter lists, and so we compare the two longest lists. Answer D has 1 and 3, answer E has 1, 2, and 3, so the difference is 2. Well, if plastic was in 2, plastic would have to be in 1, and that would be 2 plastics, so plastic can't be in 2, and the nerds are teaching us this so that the plastic could be in 1 and it could be in 3. The answer is D. Now see how the nerds teach us some more about what we've already learned. If center 2 recycles 3 kinds of materials, so it's 3 kinds of materials, and we've already realized it can't be 2 with plastic, so that can't be one of those. Then which of the following kinds of materials must center 3 recycle? It must be plastic because it can't be in 1 and 2, and we have to recycle our plastic. So the answer is C, plastic. And now see what we've learned and how they build on that again. If each recycling center in Rivertown recycles exactly 3 kinds of materials, well, now that we've got all 3 of these are all the same, so therefore our plastic might be over here. And now what happens? It says, which of the following could be true? This is a must be world. That's not could be. This is a could be world. And we've got our friendly floater, don't we? Tin. Oh, there's tin. It's answer D. Which of the following could be true? Only center 3 recycles tin. Well, could that happen? Could we have only tin in 3, and then we won't have tin and plastic, so we'll have the other 3. We'll have glass, newsprint, and wood. We'll have glass, newsprint, and wood. And wood gets its newsprint, plastic hates its glass, and here, if we think about it, we could put another newspaper there, and so that could be true. Our answer is D. That's different than telling nobody about the other 4 wrong answers. We had a could be question, we had a floater, and we found it in answer D. If center 3 recycles glass, oh, now notice what we're learning about. We realize that center 3 has glass, so it can't be plastic. Plastic can't be in 2, and these 2 things have to be the same, so plastic must be over here on its own as the 3rd thing in 1, only 2 and 2, and then we've got glass in 3. Now, which kind of material must center 2 recycle? Well, there's only 2 things, but it can't be plastic, can't be glass. So therefore, we've got wood, newspaper, and tin. We could have wood and newspaper. We could have tin and newspaper. But if we try to get rid of newspaper, then we'd have tin and wood needs newspaper, so we need newspaper in 2. It's at the end of this arrow. It's being forced. And so that's where you should look, because N is the thing that you keep going, either with or without W. So which of the following kinds of material must center 2 recycle? Answer B, newsprint. Now, if center 1 is the only recycling center that recycles wood, now do you see how this sounds like the last question? This turns out to be wood, So that has to be newspaper, so this must be newspaper. Do you see how it's building on the last question? And since we can't have plastic here, we put plastic here. We know we can't have glass over there, so glass must be the other thing that's over here. And now, it's a could be, isn't it? Which of the following could be a complete and accurate list of the kinds of materials that one of the recycling centers recycles? Well, we got plastic, and then we have tin, and we have answer A, which was plastic, and tin. The nerds are nice people. Testing for the public. Nonprofit since 1985. Nobody makes things easier.